this is Martin Wind. I'm a bassist, and I wanted to encourage you to go to the wonderful website ForBassPlayersOnly.com. Thank you. Well, it all started when I was about 12 years old. My father told me that if you play the guitar by the campfire, you're pretty high on the food chain when it comes to the girls. So really, that was my initial motivation to start playing music. But the guitar was not my voice. I started playing electric bass when I was 15 because my music teacher asked me if I wanted to play electric bass in the youth big band at our high school. And from
this is where? Where did you go?
Oh, I'm sorry, of course. I'm from Flensburg, Germany. I'm sure everybody knows where that is.
It's in Germany.
It's in Germany, exactly. And it's right at the border to Denmark.
Oh.
Literally 5 minutes to the Danish border.
Did you ever get to hear Niels Henning Ørsted Pedersen play?
Yes, I met him several times. He actually, Flensburg used to at one point be Danish, because of all those silly wars that we fought. The borders moved up and down a little bit. So they would always bring Danish bands down to Flensburg from Copenhagen. So I got to hear him and Mats Vinding and a lot of other fantastic bass players and other musicians. And after 2 years of playing electric bass, I picked up the upright when I was about 17 years old. Did my military service in the Navy band, and then went to Cologne to study classical bass with a phenomenal teacher and bassist. His name is Wolfgang Güttler. He used to play for 10 years with the Berlin Philharmonics under Herbert von Karajan. And then in 1996 I moved to New York City to study jazz bass and composition at NYU. Did my master's degree there. I've been teaching there for the past 16 years, and I've been living in this country ever since.
Who were your teachers at NYU, your bass teachers?
Actually, I got there through Mike Richmond, who is probably known to a lot of your guests of your site by his book, right? The Walking Bass book method. I met him he was one of the faculty members at the National Youth Jazz Orchestra in Germany. And he was my contact. He said, if you come to New York, try to come to NYU, I'll help you along. And that's how it came along. But I have to say, my main focus at that time was composition. So I studied with the head of the department, Tom Boris, with Kenny Werner, with Mike Oliver and Jim McNeely. And those were really fantastic experiences there.
Okay, and somehow you managed to break into the music scene in New York City. Mm-hmm. That is no small feat. How did you manage that?
There were several really important moments. I think in 1995 I was one of the finalists at the Thelonious Monk competition, the bass competition in Washington, D.C. That was really big for me, playing there. I played for the judge, Mill Tinton was there, Percy Heath, Christian McBride, Ron Carter, and Charlie Hayden.
Christian must have been a baby at the time.
Well, he was younger than me, I know that. He's 4 or 5 years younger than me.
Yeah.
And that was a really important moment for me. Then I remember as a 22 years old, I was still living in Cologne. I got to play with Jeff Hamilton for the first time. Just for me as a bass player, playing with somebody with that kind of an authority and who confirmed that, my beat and my time and all that was basically, I was on the right track. It was a great experience. I would say also meeting Matt Wilson, who's a wonderful drummer, who's had an incredible impact on the way I play the bass, the way I approach music, and the way I work as a leader. So there have been quite some people that have been influential in my career so far.
And what is keeping you busy these days?
Well, I still teach at NYU. I have a day there. I teach at Hofstra University. I play just now for the past year and a half. I was very, very busy with Matt Wilson's group Arts and Crafts, because we had an album released about a year ago, actually a year in February. So we were extremely busy with that. There are several musicians that I'm still, you have to you have to, first of all, if you're trying to make it in New York, you have to be very versatile. You have to do a lot of different things. I'm classically trained. I play well with the bow, so I can do studio work. I'm on a lot of soundtracks, you know, like True Grit was one of the last ones I played on. I read well, which allows me, cause just from all the orchestra playing, which allowed me to, for example, sub in the Village Vanguard Jazz Orchestra, the Vanguard Jazz Orchestra. I play in tune, so you can be, you know, you're good in recording sessions, and you have to know tunes, so you can play the club days. I mean, there's so many different things. The more you have to offer, obviously, the easier it is for you to find work.
How much electric bass are you playing these days?
Not all that much, but I really enjoy when I get a chance to play electric. Normally, those are occasions when people need an upright player, and then there are a couple of tunes where they need electric bass. You know, that's normally where I end up playing electric bass. But I love it. I wish I could do more.
How about the future? What else would you like to do that you haven't already accomplished?
Well, I have to tell you and your fans and the people who visit your site that I've been, for the past 3 years, I've been really obsessed with a project that I did with my own quartet, which features the great Scott Robinson on reeds, Bill Cunliffe, great pianist from California, and Joe LaBarbera, the wonderful pianist and drummer, used to play with Bill Evans. And we did a few concerts in Italy with symphony orchestra, and it was the first time that I wrote for orchestra, and it was really overwhelming experience. And I'm trying to get more work for that project. It's a dedication to Bill Evans's music. Get some performances happening here in the United States. I'm launching my own record label to release that recording of those concerts. And this will probably be my main focus for next year.
Well, that's wonderful. We'll look forward to seeing and hearing lots more. One last question, Martin.
Yeah.
What would you be if you were not a bass player? Something outside of music?
I really don't. Before I really got serious about music, I thought that I might end up being an architect, because I like to draw and I like shapes and I like structures, but I really don't know. You know, right now it's really pretty impossible to imagine doing anything else that has nothing to do with music. That's all I can do at this point. That's all I know how to do.
Well, keep doing it, and we'll keep enjoying it.
Thank you.
Martin Wind, thank you very much.
Thanks, Tom.